So let's move on to this idea of curation, content curation. We talked about content creation so far. If you haven't seen that clip, make sure you watch it. The link will come up right there for you to go through and review. We talked about in the main clip that content curation, the stuff that you put out on social media, even whatever you share, uh, whatever you're creating, putting out there is out there forever. There's an axiom of communication that once you communicate something, once you say it, once you put it out there, you can't take it back, right? So social media is the same way. In fact, media in general is the same way. We're finding that out as we have different types of politicians coming forward and maybe flip-flopping on their issues. We have pundits and journalists who are able to go through archives and find where they said something actually 180 degrees out of phase of what they're saying now, right? In fact, we're getting that a lot on the current immigration debates and just about any kind of policy that's been coming out of the Trump White House. We're seeing a lot of older footage that comes back out and says, nah, you didn't always feel this way. Now, I'm a proponent of being able to change your mind, but I'm hoping that's the ability to change your mind for something better instead of maybe reverting back to something worse that way. Anyway, my point is, you put it out there, and it's going to stick. We talked about the red cup algorithm that's out there. There are other algorithms as well that have the ability to go through and search your feeds, not just Facebook, but Instagram, Twitter, and so on, to see what they can find out about you. People ask me, well, if that's the case, then why do you use Facebook? And honestly, I use Facebook because of its content curation. A few years ago, Facebook was formatted with a timeline that actually went down the middle of your news feed. Actually, I think it was on your personal post feed that way, your main feed. Not your news feed, but what you posted up. Anyway, my point is that you could go back and post things like if you had a birth of a child or when you graduated from high school or whatever, you could place them on this timeline, and there you had a really nice ability to go through and curate big moments within your life, or vacations or reunions or whatever the case might be. And I really liked that a lot. In fact, that's what first really endeared me to Facebook. Though I've been using it probably since about 2008, I guess. Has it really been that long? I'll have to go back and check the dates on that. But I like that. I like the fact that it curated. I got to a point a couple of years ago where I was just going to get off Facebook altogether. I just got tired of all the crap, but I can't because this is what I teach and I need to monitor it and see what's been going on. Last 6 months with Facebook has been fascinating to go through and see Mark Zuckerberg backpedal on a number of ways that they not only handle our data, but how they distribute our data to other folks, so, which is curation, by the way, okay? That data is valuable, and it means something to other people who want to go through and exploit certain types of marketing approaches or certain types of demographics that can be put into a single slot and then addressed at any given time, much like, oh dang, what was the name of the company? We talked about it last semester. I'll probably bring it back up here. Called Cambridge Analytics, right? Yeah. Here they went through and found the data of individuals who might be on the fence in terms of who they might be voting for in 2016. And then they go through and create messages that target those individuals based on the data that they have posted, indicating that they may be undecided. Now, they may have taken a poll. They may have responded within that poll, but that poll data then goes through and indicates that, well, this individual, it indicated that they might vote for Hillary Clinton. So then they become a target through Cambridge Analytica based on their curated information to go through and try to swing their vote, to try to see what's going on. Democracy was never prepared for this. It was never really set up to go through and find or fight the algorithms that know how to go through and manipulate you, act effectively and cognitively. To go through and change your mind about something. And there's no truth involved here. It's fabricated, it's manufactured, And it's done so very well. I teach persuasion, and there are persuasion premises that are out there that go through and capitalize on the values that we have. And I've looked at these campaigns that were put out by Cambridge Analytica, as well as some of the Russian bots that were out there. They know what they're doing. They know how to go through and get under your skin, just like Donald Trump does as well. And it worked. It worked. So when we talk about curating data, it's a lot more than just, putting your family memories up on a timeline for you to be able to go through and recall or have them. I check my Facebook feed every day, every other day, and it comes up with, this time last year. I like that a lot because we're very active and we post a lot of our stuff online. And I like to see the pictures come back up, and, there's nostalgia, which is a huge manipulatable, if that's a word, emotion. Nostalgia is huge that way, and it plays into our longing for a good time, or gosh, that was such a great trip, or wasn't that a wonderful dinner? I'd like to be able to do that again. Well, again, one of the axioms, another axiom of communication is you can't duplicate it, right? The funky thing about the temporal context is you can't reproduce it. You got to go back and make a new one, kind of a thing. All right, I think that's about it then. In terms of curation, it's not just your data, it's not just those pics. It's how you feel, it's who you'd vote for, it's what you believe. It's how patriotic you are. It's how critical you are. It's whether or not you like the President of the United States. And that kind of data just might turn against you. Who knows? All right, so watch for the next clip. We're going to talk about connection. It'll pop up right there. All right? Okay, thanks for watching. See you later.